Hello, this is Jane Stavum, Superintendent of the Sioux Falls School District, and this is our podcast. Join us for an audible look inside the Sioux Falls School District, where we'll put a spotlight on the people, places, and practices of our district. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to our podcast. Today with me, I have three special guests from two of our high schools. I have Brody Stenger, a senior, Brody?
Yes, yep.
And Nicole Fetty, who is our JAG teacher here at Roosevelt High School. And newer to JAG, a student from Jefferson High School, Tay Johnson. And so happy to have all of you here. Welcome.
Nice to be here.
Yeah. Did you have a great Monday?
Yes.
Everybody have a good Monday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, actually I did.
That's good. It's nice out.
It is.
So we'll
nice
enjoy that for today, because maybe not so much in the next couple days. But today we want to talk about JAG, and I think one of the first things we have to do is talk about what does JAG stand for. So Ms. Fetty, tell us about JAG.
JAG is Jobs for America's Graduates. It's a program that's been around since the late 70s, nationwide, started in Delaware, came to our state like 14 years ago, and to our school district 4 years ago. It's an opportunity for students to explore future career opportunities, educational opportunities, and to develop leadership skills, public speaking skills, and life skills in general.
You sound like you've given that spiel a couple of times. That's great. I think sometimes people think it's a military thing because, JAG usually is Judge Adjutant General, or the TV show that people might have remembered was on at one point in time. So it's not. We have JROTC, which I think is a little, sometimes people might think those are related, and they're not really, but both great opportunities for kids. So, Brody, you've been in JAG for a little while. Why don't you back up a few years and tell us why you decided to be part of this in the first place?
Yeah, so my freshman year of high school, I really wasn't involved in much, didn't do really school activities or anything like that. And then my sophomore year, I was put into the JAG class with Miss Fetty, and tried to start getting involved. She saw a lot of potential in me, and she thought it'd be a good idea for me to join the leadership team. And it's, kind of cliche, but the rest is history from there. I mean, I've been one of the first state officers, the
first state parliamentarian.
The first state parliamentarian.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, and then I've been to Washington, D.C. twice, to the National Student Leadership Academy, and then to Orlando, Florida, as well as St. Louis, Missouri for the National Career Development Conference. And I've learned a lot. It's helped me get pretty far in life, and I'm sure it's going to continue to help me. So,
well, keep thinking about that. I'm going to come back to that, because by contrast, Tay, you're new to JAG this year, and I have to back up a step and tell the people who might be listening why I asked you to come over here. So I was recently at a basketball game at Jefferson High School, and through my good fortune, I said hi to Tay, who was sitting a little bit behind me, who then came and plopped down beside me for, I don't know, half of a game or so until halftime. And in the course of that, you talked about JAG, because I had seen you at the event earlier this year at Jefferson, where you had a leadership role with the leadership panels that we bring in. And you said, my life changed because I was in JAG. So tell us about your experience and why you chose to be part of that this year.
Well, I chose to stay in it and take this opportunity because as soon as I got in it, I just thought it was another class like any other normal person. But then I listened to Ms. Monahan. There was a lot of opportunities and positions for officers, and that would intrigue me. I'm like, hold on, officer, what are we talking here?
It sounds very important.
Yeah, it sounds very important. And so I'm like, hey, can I learn more about the officer position? She's like, of course, here's a sheet. And I'm VP of Civic Awareness. That's my officer position right now. And I'm surprised I got it. I was going for social activities, which is social activities.
That's
I don't
kind
really
of your
know.
middle name. Social activities.
I'm a sociable person. People call me social butterfly.
Yep.
And I like it, though. It suits me. But with that position came a lot of opportunities, like meeting Ms. Fetty here, all the other JAG specialists and teachers and students, statewide in South Dakota. and opportunities to meet the governor, the state commissioner, a lot of important people that I did not think I was gonna meet.
That's exciting.
And I'm glad Miss Monahan told my counselor, like, hey, I think Tay would be a good fit for this class. And then I even walked up to Miss Miley. Yes, hi, Miss Miley. And I'm like, hey, what's JAG? I don't want this. I'm trying, like, pass government, right? And she's like, oh, Miss Monahan told me you like it, so just try it out. She literally said, try it out, and I did, and thank you, Miss Miley. It is
a good
blessing. It's amazing.
So we've got two of you who kind of got voluntold, got it put on your schedule because people said, you know what, I think they've got some potential. Let's put this in the schedule and see how this goes. So when I come back to that, you piloted it the first year here at Roosevelt, and I've got to give a shout out to former board member Cynthia Mickelson because she had been a proponent of this program before I ever came to the district, and then we were able to get that in place here as a pilot. It was successful, and so now it's in all 4 high schools. But tell us how that first year went.
The first year was so different than the subsequent years. I had 13 kids, so 13 students were identified as good candidates for the program. Some of those kids were new from Lincoln when we were rezoned. They came here, were not happy to be here, and certainly didn't have any idea what this JAG was, like Tay said, what is this thing? But the program really established between those students a community that, where they could find themselves, find things that were of value and interest to them, and has grown from there. I mean, that first year we had 13 students. I have 50-something, and now Brody actually graduated at semester time.
Oh.
So he's in what's called follow-up. So I'll follow him for a full year, and Mrs. Monahan will follow Tay next year for a full year. It's the second part of JAG, the benefit for students after graduation. There's a saying in JAG, once in JAG, always in JAG.
I've heard that a few times.
Yes,
It is very true.
You're always.
It is true.
I had just had a student the other evening reach out to me who was in JAG a couple of years ago, asking for some help tracking down some job shadow opportunities. And I said to him, once in JAG, always in JAG. So of course I'm going to help you. But really, it is this opportunity for the kids to retain like a sense of support, and if they have questions or if they need help doing really anything, registering for classes, figuring out FAFSA, all of that, we're a support system for them to connect them to the right people who can help in whatever they might need. The program is a remarkable opportunity. When I kind of coerced Brody into running for office because I saw something in him that he did not see in himself at the time, and he was really reticent to pursue the opportunity. And like he said, the rest is history. But he's grown. I wish you could have seen him as a sophomore. He was just.
I probably did. I just don't know if I would have remembered you in that state.
He was just so different. I mean, he's matured so much. He has had all of these incredible opportunities. I mean, who can say they've crawled out of Dusty Johnson's Longfellow office
in
window
Washington, D.C.
In Washington,
Yeah.
Live to tell.
Yeah, yes.
So when you think about those kinds of opportunities, and you've graduated now, what do you think is different as you look into your future? What's different because of JAG?
Yeah, I really didn't know what I wanted to do for school. I had a general idea, but didn't know what my options were and the things that I could do to help me in the future. My family has a farm just north of Winter, South Dakota, and I've been there most of my summers. I've been there, and that's kind of something I've always been interested in, but I didn't know what to do because they said you have to go to school, and I was like, well, I don't know what I want to go to school for. And JAG has really helped me with that. I've learned about, the Build Dakota Scholarship was one thing I learned about, a very good scholarship. And then just a couple months ago, we toured Mitchell Tech as part of a opportunity through JAG, one of our career camp, and that really hooked me on. So within a week, I had applied and done everything, and that's where I'm going in the fall for agronomy and ag business. So
exciting.
It is exciting, and I know without that opportunity, I don't know if I would have went to school or where would I went to school at. But that was one thing that I know is gonna help me in the future. So
that's exciting.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Tay, you're looking into the future, and what do you think is different, or what are you hopeful about kind of now after having this JAG experience this year?
Well, one thing I'm looking forward to is like what Brody said, we're going to the same college. I'm going to Mitchell Tech for welding and manufacturing, whichever one it was,
Yeah.
but mostly welding and drafting. And I completely agree with everything he said about Mitchell Tech, like completely. I wasn't even considering the college until JAG helped me out with that. But at first I was considering the military, but I'm still deciding on which branches between the Army or Air Force right now. But
Which you can do
I'm
both.
leaning towards the Air. Yeah, I wish I could do both.
Yeah.
But I'm leaning towards the Air Force right now because everyone around me is saying Air Force is better. So.
Well, we won't cast an opinion on military branches because they are all very worthy, but I think the point is so important that you just made is you were able to see a vision of what was possible because you were exposed to it and somebody could kind of help you navigate that. When we were just talking here before we got started, you mentioned the role that your teacher has played. Tell us a little bit about Mrs. Monahan.
Okay.
In 20 minutes or less.
Okay. So Miss Monahan been at Jefferson for 4 years. All 4 years so basically she's my Miss Fetty to Brody, okay? But she literally watched me grow up from a troublesome kid, like diabolical, to like a mature kid now.
We call that challenged.
Yeah, a challenged kid. Literally the loudest in school, obnoxious. People in my own class don't even like my voice. They like, oh my God, it's Tay. Literally. But Miss Monahan really helped me stay on that path to where I am now. Literally, I haven't even got trouble in the last 2 years.
That's
yes.
awesome. Yeah.
But she just is my guiding light. Same with my mother. She's my second mom in that school. And also, I got other parents in that school too that looked after me. Like even Mr. Conrad, the principal there. Principal there, he's a father to me. Mr. Conrad, he is. Even though we had our ups and downs. And then the police officers, I'm just a family with everyone. So they all
And that's
affected
such a good thing to, I think, bring to this conversation is sometimes I think people wonder what is the value of school. I have a youth advisory group and I ask them, why do you need a teacher? And what you're saying is exactly what the kids in our group said is we still need somebody to help us navigate this path. And even though, everything is literally at your fingertips through your computer or your phone, it's still taking that information and understanding how does it fit with what you're doing and how does it fit for your future? And I think it can be really overwhelming, and teachers and school staff are a key part of helping that make sense. So ag, I grew up on a farm, and so I know a little bit about ag.
Yeah.
It's high tech now.
It is.
And so that will be exciting for you. Do you have any other interests that you're pursuing kind of apart from a career path as you're launching into adulthood?
Yeah, I mean, not really, I guess.
Kind of focused.
Yeah. Ag has always been my thing. My family's been a big part of that. I mean, like I said, I've spent all my summers out there, every summer since I've been a kid out there, going there on the weekends, just doing whatever I can to learn more about the career. And that's kind of what I'm set on doing.
What's the worst job to do on the farm?
The worst job?
My worst job was when my dad would make us go out and cut sunflowers when it was like 100 degrees.
Well, the cabs on equipment are very helpful for that. Now there's not a lot of that, but I would say fencing, building fence.
What's your favorite thing to do?
Being in the tractor.
Yeah, it's cool and the stereo is going and the computer runs everything.
Pretty much you got mini fridge in there
Oh my
at the bottom,
goodness.
and you got
quite different.
Yeah, it's great. So,
Tay, what do you like to do apart from kind of when you're not busy with school and just kind of getting the daily grind? What do you love to do?
Basketball. It's complicated, but I am an athlete. Just taking a break. I'm actually coming back from injuries on my left knee. It's a falling video, I think. Bro, it's a historic
dramatic.
video. It's I was racing in the mini gym in school,
Oh, no.
and I was in Crocs. Okay, next thing y'all know what happened. When you
Face
say
plant.
face plant, knee completely into the ground. I didn't realize my patella or kneecap was injured that bad.
Wrong spot.
Yeah, in the wrong spot. So, just kept walking with it until mom
Yeah.
like, hey, something's wrong. Went there, and that's that.
But when I was sitting next to you, what else are you really good at with basketball? You know every player, and you know all their stuff, and what do you like doing?
Coaching.
Yeah.
That's also one thing I'm getting into this summer. I'm planning on coaching an AAU team.
That'll be exciting.
So, starting my coaching debut, but I really love it so much because I may not be a coach. One thing, if you got a passion for it, you go there, you see it happen, you see it play out and stuff like that. And if you get real agitated by like a dumb player or something that was dumbly written or something, that's how you know you got a passion. That's how you know you want to be that. Because you never really take an interest in anything until you're like, whoa,